What's going on, everybody? My name is Daniel Treviso, and today we are going to be doing Cream, Sunshine of Your Love for a guitar lesson. Okay, the first thing you got to understand about riff 1, 2, and 3 is that they are all played one right after another sometimes. You don't really have a specific order. You really have to listen out for the differences in the changes. And what I like you to do is grab a piece of paper and write out what you hear. If you hear part 1 twice, then part 2 5 times, then part 3 twice, and then it jumps back to part 1, then part 2 for 1 each. Write that and play it that way. Okay, this is a long song and has a lot of parts for riff 1, 2, and 3 that kind of intermingle with each other. You know, they come right after, one right after another is what I should say. One right after another, part 1, part 2, part 3. Okay, chorus is a little simpler than that except to the end for the shuffle. But we'll get to that when we do. Let's start off with riff 1. With riff 1, we're going to start off on the 10th fret of your 6th string. So 3 fret, 5, 7, 9, 10. What we're going to do now is we're going to start that with our 3rd finger on that 10th fret of the 6th string. You're going to pluck it twice. Let me raise my volume a little. That's a little better. Okay, so it's going to go 10, 10. Then it's going to go 8 on the 6th string with the 1st finger. Then back to 10 with the 3rd finger on the same string, 6th string, the whole thing. So it's 10, 10, 8, 10. One more time. 10, 10, 8, 10. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to fret 12, and that should be the one that has your double dot on your guitar. And I should mention that this guitar song is played with a little bit of distortion. I'm playing it clean, meaning no distortion at all. I just like to. And you can always play this on your acoustic as well. And this guitar song is in standard E tuning. So we have 10, 10, 8, 10. Now we're going to go up to fret 12 with the 3rd finger. Should be the double dot over here. You can see it on the side of the guitar. And that's going to be on your 5th string. It's going to go with the 3rd finger, 12, 2nd finger, 11, and then 1st finger, 10 on the 5th string, all of it. So 12, 11, 10. Now notice when I play this, I don't hold the notes. I stub them. 12, 11, 10. So let's put all that together. Just in case you need me to say it for you, it's going to be 10, 10, 8, 10, 12, 11, 10. Now we're coming up on the last part of this riff, and they all sound very similar, so you really got to pay attention to these little nuances of how they sound different, okay? So the last part's going to come back to the 10th fret of your 6th string, 3rd finger. But now, instead of going the 8th fret of the 6th string, you're going to go to the 8th fret of the 5th string with the 1st finger. Then you're just going to come back to that 10 with the 3rd finger on the 6th string. So it's going to go 10, 8, 10 like this. 6th string, 5th string, 6th string, 10, 8, 10. And you can kind of linger with that 1st finger for that 8th note. You can even add a little bend if you want. Okay, so if we put it all together, it's going to sound like this. Now, you can always repeat this. He does repeat it a couple times. I should say Eric Clapton does repeat it a couple times when he does play this. Okay, so that's going to be for riff 1. Take your time. No need to jump to riff 2. Practice riff 1 for a little bit and then jump onto riff 2 when you're ready. For riff 2, we're going to be using a couple different things now. Instead of just using 1 finger, we're going to be using 2. And where we're going to start is with the ring finger on the 12th fret. Remember, that's your double dot. And it's going to be on your 4th string. Okay, so it's going to be right here, ring finger, 12th fret, 4th string. Then your 2nd finger or middle finger is going to be on the 3rd string of your 11th fret. And you're going to pluck them together. Oops, that was 3 notes. There's 2. So it should sound like this individually. 12 and 11. Remember, 4th string, 3rd string. So together, that's going to be plucked twice. Just like before, it's just 2 times, like 10, 10. We're going to go, but now it's 12, 11 together. Okay, so now what's going to happen is you're going to go 2 steps down, and we're going to take this molding. Keep this molding. Don't lose these fingers, but you're going to take them both down 2 steps. So For the ring finger, it's going to go down fret 10. For the middle finger, it's going to go down to fret 9. So here's 12, 11, 10 right there with that ring finger is how I did that molding with. And then you're going to pluck these two notes together. So once again, I'm on 10 with the ring on the 4th string, 9 on the 3rd string with the middle finger. And you're going to pluck that once. And they should sound like this individually. Together. So it's going to go. Then it comes back to 12 and 11. So it's. Once you go there, you're going to do that little walk down pattern again, which is 12, 11, 10 on the 5th string. Then you're going to come, it's a little bit of a higher part. You can tell the second riff from the first riff because it goes to this now. Here's the first riff. Here's the second riff. So this part is going to be starting on the 12th fret again with the 4th string ring finger, 12, and then the 10 on the 3rd string with the 1st finger. You're going to give it a little bend right there and then come back with the ring finger, 4th string, 12th fret. So the whole thing goes like this. Oops. I make mistakes too, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it in the video. It's good to know in your end that people make mistakes. People who know how to play guitar, we all make mistakes. So no big deal. Just move on. If you make a mistake while you're playing with a song, don't dwell on it. Okay, that's the biggest thing to understand is don't dwell on it. Don't freak out. I got to get it right. Just move on. You'll get it right the next time. Don't dwell. So, where is it? Okay, so now let's move on to Riff 3. Now Riff 3 is a lot more noticeable than the other ones. I'm going to show it to you two ways. One for more of a beginner. If you're having trouble playing it with 2 fingers, you can play it with just 1, and that's where we're going to start. It's going to be, everything is going to be 1 string higher than the first riff. Okay, so Riff 3 is 1 string higher for everything except, or compared to Riff 1. And if that's a little confusing, just watch what I do and you'll see what I mean. So we're going to start on fret 10 of the 5th string this time. It's going to go 10, 10, and the same string, 8, then back to 10. 10, 10, 8, 10, all of it's the 5th string. Notice the same fingering. 3, 3, 1, 3. Isn't that how we did Riff 1? Okay, so now, after we do that, we're going to go up to fret 12, but on the 4th string, and walk it down 12, 11, 10. 3, 2, and 1 finger on the 4th string, like I said. And you're stubbing it, just like you did in Riff 1. So here's all of it so far for Riff 3. Then you're going to come back and finish it up over here with 10, 8, 10, 5th string, 4th string, 5th string. That's exactly like Riff 1, except everything's 1 string higher. So, okay, now if that's a little easy for you, what you can do to challenge yourself is you can play it as a power chord with this opening part. Okay, instead of using 2 fingers, you're going to have to use 1 finger to jump from 10, 10, 8, 10. And this ring finger now is going to be over here where you're playing 2 frets up from the 1st finger, 1 fret, 2 fret, which is your 12th fret, and 1 string up, which is going to be string 4. So now you got the 1st finger on string 5 on the 10th fret, and the ring finger, 2 frets up, 1 string up, where it's going to be on fret 12 of the 4th string, and you're going to be playing them together. Okay, so now what's going to happen is this is a molding, and you're going to walk that down 2 frets with the 1st finger as your anchor, or that's the one you're going to be using as a reference, in other words. So this is 10, 9, 8. So now these 2 should be on 8 and 10. Notice it's 5th string, 4th string, 8th fret, 10th fret, and then back. Then it's just going to be the same pattern after that for the rest of Riff 3. Okay, so that's all three riffs. Make sure you take your time, break them down, and go over them. But I'm going to play them all twice each right here just so you can have an overview of how they all sound before you go into the chorus. Okay, I'm going to take it, at a mild pace. I'm not going to worry about playing it up to tempo with the song or anything like that. I want you to be able to break this down on your own and dissect it and speed it up on your own. Remember, the idea is to turn on the song and encourage yourself to play with it. But in order to do that, you have to feel comfortable with the pieces. Let your hands do the work, and then in time you'll be able to play with it. But you got to push to play with the songs if you want to try to get them more accurate. If you make a mistake, keep going, no big deal. Now remember, with Riff 3, if you find that too hard to be playing it as a power chord, play it individual. There's no shame in starting at a lower level and building up. A lot of people take it as a challenge. I got to play it the hardest way possible, which I really don't understand. You need to make sure you take the time and develop these skills properly. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the chorus. Okay, to play the chorus, we're going to go ahead and start with fret 5 with the first finger. And we're going to start building this with the power chord. First finger is going to go fret 5, 6th string. Then we're going to go up 1 fret, 2 frets, 1 string up with the ring finger, and that's going to be string 5, fret 7. Then we're going to have the pinky come under it on fret 7 on the 4th string. Okay, so you're going to be looking for these notes. Fret 5, 7, 7. 6th string, 5th string, 4th string. Okay, so what you're going to do here, this is going to be a down, up, down strum pattern. Okay, one more time. Now I'm only hitting those notes. If you're hearing this, all these extra strings, you need to mute them or not play them at all. So down, up, down on 6th string, 5th string, 4th string. Then you're going to climb up to fret 8 with that first finger. These two fingers are going to go up to fret 10, so it's 8, 10, 10. For 1 strum. Then we're going to go all the way down to fret 3 with the first finger, build your power chord, so it's going to be 3, 5, 5 for 1 strum as well. So that's going to happen a total of, if I'm correct, 3 times. So it's going to go like this, down, up, down, watch. 8, 3, and 5th fret. 8, 3, and again. Now here is where we get to a little bit of the tricky shuffle part. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and strum it with the certain number pattern until we get to the end. Okay, and then I'm going to put it together. I'm going to break it into 2 sections. One with the strumming pattern with numbers, and then at the very end, the tail piece, I'm going to explain it just verbally and then put it together so you can understand. So the order for this part is going to go with the down and up strum pattern. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. That little last part I played at the end, we'll get to it in a second. Stay with me where we're at, okay? Don't worry about that last part. So let's do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Get to that in a second. Let's do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Ba-da-da-da. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Then we're going to add down, up, down, down. Wait, is it up, down? Wait, let me see. Up, down, down, down. There it is. Up, down, down, down. Up, down, down, down. I got a little lost there for a second. Up, down, down, down. Up, down, down, down. Take it slow. Up, down, down, down. Up, down, down, down. Up, down, down, down. Up, down, down, down. I just made my own rhythm with it. It's just practicing the strum pattern for the ending. So if we put it all together, it'll sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. It's as simple as that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay, that's it for Sunshine of Your Love. Make sure you go ahead and write these parts out. And one thing that helps me and my students is when I color code these songs when they're really long like that, when you have riff 1, riff 2, and riff 3, sometimes happening one right after another. What I do is in this song, I'll color code riff 1 as pink, riff 2 as yellow, and riff 3 as green, and then I'll leave chorus as just, white on the paper, or you can go ahead and color red, whatever you got to do to know the differences of each one. And you want to write them all down from the beginning of the song to the end. I believe it's over 4 minutes long, and you want to make sure you read your paper. Don't just write it down. Read it as you play it, so you know exactly where you're going and when to go. Okay, and then after a while you won't need that paper. You'll just know instinctively where to go when it's time. Okay, if you like this video, you can always like, comment, and share it. If you're looking for guitar lessons one-on-one, you can reach me at my website, mountainsideguitar.com. And it's very personal lessons. They're through Skype, and we go through the basics and anything else you need, anything else that can help nourish the soul at becoming a better guitar player. My name is Daniel Treviso. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next guitar lesson video.